Zach from Central Gamer. As you can probably see at the beginning, I do have a new intro. I did found somewhere that, I thought kind of cool, so I decided we'd go with it. I want to know what you think about it. I really like it. But essentially what this video is we are getting into, I'm going to show you the very first dungeon of Crusaders of Black. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Alright, well, essentially this first dungeon is called Scar Plains. The way the dungeon system works in Crusaders of Black is, what I've noticed is you have a team of 5, and crazy enough, you can go in with any setup, because there's a tank, a healer, and a DPS. But the interesting thing is you have to be very careful about your setup, because if you run more of one certain type, in this game it really does matter. You can't just, especially at low levels, you can't just run in and expect to run through the whole place and take care of it. Because in other situations I've actually died because we'd had 3 tanks and not enough attention to be put on a healer whenever a boss would do a certain mechanic, a certain move that would cause it to focus on one person, and that's just a lot to focus on. So essentially running an ideal setup to where you can just have a tank, let's see, 3, I mean you can kind of mix and match around, but definitely 1 to 2 tanks is the best range to set in, but a tank, a few DPSs, and a healer is definitely the ideal route to go. But essentially, the cool thing is you can set up personally like your own team, and you can set up a queue to set up a group that you would like to choose. You can choose from you can set up your character, and then you can only allow in certain people, so that way you can make sure your team is set up properly. But yeah, I mean that's one thing to look out for in that. But mostly all of your stuff's gonna run smoothly. And like you can see here, we're definitely running smoothly. We get through this dungeon just fine. But there is, you go through 2 different areas, and there's 2 bosses. One is not as difficult, but a lighter, like, entry, like, first level boss. And then, she's not too difficult. She has a little mechanics here and there that causes dark spots to show up on the map, and you have to avoid those. But essentially the second boss, he's a little more difficult because he does have an attack that where he can essentially target one of your party and basically drain them altogether. And if a healer is not focused on that, that'll definitely kill off one of your teammates, and he will continue to do that until you can beat him. So you have to stay focused on that, and the healer definitely has to pay strong attention to in that, because essentially he could drain down your party to nothing and you guys could lose. But it's definitely doable. You can jump in with just a random group and pull it off. There's not a lot of coordination that needs to be had, but if everybody knows what they're doing and everybody pays attention, then you're going to do just fine. The first dungeon is definitely easy to get through. But with all that, I'll kind of just let you get into the video and watch. But I'll see you guys later.
Bye.